Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome back to the channel. It is September. It's time to talk about the High Republic comics that came out for this month. I have three specifically to talk about. The first one we're talking about is Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, The Monster of Temple Peak issue number 2. So this one focuses on the character of Ty Yorrick, who is going after her quarry. Remember, she is a saber for hire, so she's helping these people out that have problems with monstrous creatures, and one of them she is tracking is a Gretalax, which is basically an invisible spider. It can turn invisible, right? So she goes after it, finds somebody that has been trapped in its webbing, saves this person, ends up being the person that's stowed across her ship, and the person just wants to be a Jedi. So it's an interesting story because we're learning about this character and how somebody that might not be Force sensitive, at least we don't know they are yet, if they are, wants to just be a Jedi. So it's Ty Yorrick being very cautionary and being very much like, hey, you know what? This is ridiculous. Get out of my sight, kind of thing. And then she has a heart. Then she feels like, oh, I can't let this guy just walk back with this spider thing still around. So she doubles back and comes across him and basically is his protector for the most part. Throughout this issue, there are flashbacks that happen, going back to her training with her master, how she does like the beast taming and things like that we see in Rising Storm. But there's also that moment with her her fellow Padawan Cleos, who is the guy that's trying to discover more of the dark side of the Force and all this mysterious stuff. And they mentioned Zepho from Jedi Fallen Order, like their writing and stuff. So it was very much a really cool peek into what we can expect, because remember, there's this person that is going to become one of the Lost 20 Cleos, right? Or he's going to be expelled at the very least. So we're seeing maybe the beginnings of how she actually left the Jedi Order, because she still was the rank of Padawan when she left. So overall, great artwork. Love the artwork in this. We got 2 issues left for the monster at Temple Peak. Also going in the route of the Star Wars, the High Republic Adventures, we have the High Republic Adventures issue number 8. So this starts off a brand new arc for the story, and this is really a setup issue for the most part. So we follow along the events of what's going on with Ram Jamaram, what's going on with Zine Morala, what's going on with Lula Talo Solo, and all those young Padawans. They're all back and they're together and they're very happy and they're just trying to figure out what's next. And they're basically hanging around talking to a bunch of people on the space station there on the Starlight Beacon. But then we get this other story that is going on about this the Krix character, and this Krix character is really like what the character of Marchion Ro is doing with this young teen at this point, is bringing him up through the ranks. He's not going to be a Tempest runner. He's not part of any Tempest per se, but he is doing the bidding specifically for Marchion Ro. Marchion Ro is grooming this guy to be like the Anakin Skywalker of the High Republic, all right? This kid is very headstrong. He just wants to get the job done no matter what it takes, very violent in his ways. So it goes down to Takodana and decides to try to pick a fight. And yes, Takodana is the site of Maz Kanata, so we haven't seen her yet, but we know she's got to come into the picture eventually, right? We see her castle, actually, but we actually go around and we see like all these different fighters trying to go after this Jedi. The Nihil fighters are going after this Jedi. There's a Jedi outpost and this Kyuzo Jedi, so we get introduced to that Jedi. Very cool stuff there. Overall, like I said, setup issue. We have our characters over here and over here, so we're just seeing where they're going to go next. And finally, we have Star Wars, The High Republic from Marvel. This is issue number 9. Look at that cover. Oh, yeah. Keeve Trennis going into the Nihil, or is she really? So this issue is all taking place a couple months after issue number 8, and it's taking place concurrently with the Tempest Runner audio drama written by Kevin Scott as well. So we have Keeve Trennis, who is going undercover as a Nihil agent to figure out what's going on, because at this point we have basically the Jedi cracking down on the Nihil. They had enough. They don't need any more proof that the Nihil are still there after the Great Disaster. So we have the character of Selen Geos, who is kind of fronting this revenge path for the Nihil, sending out different teams of Jedi and whatnot. So this is the one mission that, you know, is approved by Avar Kriss for Keeve Trennis and Sirit, is to go into cover, deep cover. They have their own ship. They basically stage a thing with the Jedi where the Jedi are attacking them, and then they have to make an emergency call to get picked up by the Nihil, and it works. They end up right where they want to be. And it's really cool because we get to see Storm Trennis. We get to see a vision of like, oh, what would a Jedi Nihil look like? And she's holding her own against the Nihil. The Nihil are pressing her like, who do you work for? And she's all saying, that big Dewootin Tempest Runner, right? So that was a quick recap and rundown of what is happening in the comics of the High Republic for the month of September. What was your favorite issue? How are you enjoying the comics? Let me know in the comment section down below for more on the High Republic. Of course, I have my big, as it gets larger and larger playlist for the High Republic. I think we're at almost 50 videos right now for that playlist. So if you guys are new to the channel, you can go back and check out all that previous content if the High Republic is the stuff you really enjoy. We also have that Outer Rim Transmission podcast. You guys can check that out every week. If you are a Star Wars fan, I would highly recommend it as we break down the latest news and give our reviews on whatever has come out recently. You can find that on Apple iTunes. You can find that on Google Play. You can find it on Spotify. And of course, on this YouTube channel, we put it up every Friday at 9 o'clock. We go live Eastern time. So make sure you go ahead and check us out there and join in on a discussion. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.